Hello there everyone, congratulations, you found the champ dog, and today we have the final video in my series of my Rakdos control play getting out of gold. So there's just one game today because it took 40 minutes. It was against a Golgari deck and they just would not stay down, would not give up. Mad respect for them for playing the game out. I do enjoy playing games out when people are willing to do that. Although, as you've also seen, there are also times myself where I'd just rather throw in the towel and move on with my life. But I do sometimes enjoy the long games and playing it through to its conclusion. It reminds me a little bit more of playing in face-to-face, where I go to play Friday Night Magic. We will usually have a good time just playing our games. And it's less about the winning or losing and more about enjoying the game and playing it out, seeing what happens and learning from each other. So I do enjoy those games. It brings back those feelings of like camaraderie and sportsmanship that you don't really get when playing online against a faithless opponent. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game as much as I enjoyed playing it. Let's jump on in. Let the game begin. This hand is really one-dimensional, but it's got the thing that the deck does, so I'm going to keep it and try to go for it. Hope we're not up against a very aggressive deck that'll just run us over. This looks like it's probably Gruul, so much for that idea. I also can't actually cast Ironcrag Feed with my current land situation. Okay, it's not. It's, what's it called? Golgari Adventures. So we're going to hold up the hazard if we see an innkeeper, but also I kind of want the red mana. Okay, so that being their turn, I'm actually going to just stomp the token. They should have waited till after combat there, so that I can play this. And next turn I can Ironcrag into... Sorry, in 2 turns' time, I can Ironcrag into Ugin, but it means I know I have enough red mana. Obviously, we don't want to see another 1-1 here. Hey, double Ironcrag. So again, play the mountain first so that I know I have what I need. Yeah, I think I just played the giant. I could have extinction evented. You know what I mean, there, to kill this, but... I think I just play this so that they're inclined to play more to the board, and then I can clean up with Ugin. Okay, that's slightly problematic. Ugin does struggle with that. So... what do I want to do here? If I play Ugin, and I remove my giant and play a 1-1, I'll pretty much never be able to answer what's going on here. But if I don't play Ugin and start ticking up, I'll never be able to get rid of that henge.
The axiomatic structure of reality is surprise and reflex. Ghost fire, my greatest creation.
So at the moment we're just sort of crossing our fingers and hoping. Yeah, that sucks.
Endings are inevitable.
That's alright, we can get rid of Lucranos pretty easily. Even. And honestly, at this point, I don't mind trading Bone Crusher Giant and Spikefield Hazard to get rid of this Lovestruck beast. Okay, they don't want to take up trade. It's fair enough. So unfortunately, I could just straight up Disintegrate Henge here because I don't have a main deck answer for it. Another Polychronos. It's unfortunate. Scavenging Ooze is also unfortunate. So, Shadow Skull Smashing, what can I do with you? Guess I can kill off a couple of things. Seven. So I've got 8 mana total, so I can do this for 6. Kill you. And I don't care too much about the Brontodon. I guess it's the Ooze is going to be the biggest problem, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's how that plays out. Play you as a land. Get hit for 4 here. So if I don't draw an Ugin in the next couple of turns, this game's basically over. I mean, even if I do draw an Ugin, I'm pretty far behind. It can't kill the Henge, but at least it needs to survive for a turn, ticking up to kill the Henge. At least we can play our whole hand here. Kroxa. Into Ironcrag Fate. Into Ox of Agonis. And there's an Ugin, but we can't play it. So if we draw a land next turn, we can Ugin and clear up this board, and then start trying to deal with the Henge. It's not a great plan, but it's the only plan we have right now. We're going to get hit for a bunch here. Obviously we need to block these 2 mammoths. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop it up here, save my energy for the next game. So as I said, we just lost to the Henge there because we didn't have an answer to it, but we've got the Shield Breaker now. I think our Murderous Rider is probably good here. I don't know how good Kroxa is because they've got the anti-graveyard stuff. I don't dislike the Akroan War here. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Do I need Thundering Rebuke? I don't think so. 4 damage doesn't do anything exciting in this matchup other than Questing Beast, but I have other answers to it. What is not so good here? Tome's a bit slow. I think I can cut a couple of those. Maybe I cut a Tome. Heartless Act actually becomes a little less good. So maybe I go a 2-2 split of Heartless Act, Ironcrag Feet, just because a lot of their stuff can have counters on it. Can they though? It's really just Scavenging Ooze and if they resolve a Great Henge. Okay. Think, Cam, think. Solemn Simulacrum seems okay here. Bone Crusher Giant's okay. I don't know, there's like so many things here that are okay. Maybe just want to Rowan. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a weird matchup. I don't think they win if they don't resolve Great Henge. At least I have an answer to Henge. So I've got 3 lands, I've got some early removal, and I've got a way to refill. I think this hand's okay. I lead on the Hazard. I could have led on the Mountain, had the Hazard open to answer an Innkeeper, but I've only got 3 lands, so I do think I want to prioritize playing that as a land. I think I go like this so that I can answer an Innkeeper straight away if I have to. I don't want them to have an Innkeeper, me on tap, have to respond to it then. So this is a little unfortunate. Okay, I thought it might be that. So that, it doesn't mean they necessarily have a henge, but these are a fair ways off, these are redundant, that's my only answer to a henge. So it seems like the correct take, but it also means they likely could have a henge. Play this out, because they already know about it. Land seems fine, actually. All the remorses in the world. So I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have taken out any Heartless Acts. I should, if I was going to cut anything, I should have cut Scorching Dragonfire, which I think they just took. Interesting. Because Heartless Act can kill a Lovestruck Beast. If they slap a Lovestruck Beast down now, they could resolve a henge very easily, and I don't have a way to respond to that. I mean, I'm still going to kill one of these tokens. They could have done this to bait this out because they have an Innkeeper in hand, but we're not sure. Okay, Heartless Act is nice here. So if they slap down a beast, I can kill it on sight, and indeed I will. That's why I haven't played out an Ox. Okay. cuts them off from a henge next turn. So I'm going to play this. I've got this to take the next beast that they put, Lovestruck beast that they put down. I was thinking of taking the token and then I realised that's stupid. They just won't play any more creatures until this has left the battlefield. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to tap this Lovestruck Beast. I can't attack with it because I don't have a 1/1 in my deck. But this keeps them off henge for a few turns. That's all I need. Well, I still need a permanent answer. Okay. So they have to attack with this next turn and I can block with the Beast. Excellent. Excellent. So that's unfortunate. I was thinking of not playing the Simulacrum, so I had the Giant available to kill off an Edgewall Innkeeper. But whatever. I've made this play. So that lets me kill off the Lovestruck Beast. So I'm going to attack first. Obviously they block the Giant with the Knight, that's fine. I can kill the Innkeeper. And now I play the Ox. It sucks I have to discard one, but like there's no way I can play one of these Oxes without losing the other. But I still get some extra cards in my hand. They're all lands, which is unfortunate. Scavenging Ears, that'll eat the Ox, that's fine. So they can't grow that ooze any further, so I can kill it next turn with Shadow Skull Smashing. Just double check, yeah, it is great. I can play out my Giant here. I'll go to attacks first. So again, I can Shadow Skull Smashing this, keep them off a Great Henge, which I still think they might have, because that's what will keep them in this game. The slightly awkward thing here is I need to pay exactly 6, so then it doubles to 12, and like that's useless, but... But we get to attack for lethal here. So as I said, it's difficult for them to win if they don't have a resolved Green Henge. Okay, so as I said, if I'm going to cut anything, it should be the Dragonfire. A Crow and War was actually pretty decent there. So I think I cut the Iron Crag Feats, I put in another Crow and War. So I'm not putting in Kroxa here, because just the front side of Kroxa is not great in this matchup. And we know they have Scavenging Ooze, we know they have Agonizing Remorse. So the front side just doesn't hold enough value, and there's plentiful ways for them to tag it before I get the escape. Whereas Ox of Agonis, playing a creature and refilling my hand is still a good play. So without the feats, I think I cut down another dragon, so I can put in an Ox. Would I rather have... Yep, I do think I want you, but I want to get some more removal in as well. What would I cut? Maybe I do cut you and just bring in the Rebuke. Dragonfire is better, isn't it? Rebuke's not hitting, other than specifically Questing Beast. But I have other ways to answer that. None of these are killing a Love-Struck Beast. Yeah, I think I keep like this. This seems okay. And then just make more of a control-y... More of a control-y game. 2 lander on the draw. If I don't hit more lands, I'm in a lot of trouble. I can scry into it, but I also need specific, like if I want to play Rider, I need... Yeah, no, I don't think this hand is good enough. Okay, so everything in this hand, by contrast, is playable. 4 lands, 3 cards, what do I put back? Probably going to get Remorsed here. Okay, I do not get Remorsed. Gives me a chance to resolve the tome. I could have gone with the Temple Scry, but I like the idea of getting this down while there's an opening and no pressure on the board. Got some scries if I need them. Okay. That's a pretty lackluster way for them to spend their turn 3, so I'm happy with that. Untapped land. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I guess I play the Temple though, because I'm not doing anything. I do like Heartless Axe there. So if all they do here is, okay, Kazandu Mammoth. Okay. That's fine. So for them to sequence this, I guess they have a lot of lands, or had at least. Obviously I draw a card here. Mountain. Thundering Rebuke the Mammoth. Again, that's a way that they resolve an early henge. Have an answer to a henge, but might not for long. They could conceivably Agonizing Remorse and play like an Evolving Wilds or Fabled Passage. get out a very cheap henge. Yeah, see Fabled Passage, so that would have been a 7/7, so henge would have cost 2. Edgy. Nothing I can do about it. Yep, draw your card. It's unfortunate, but what can I do? I don't want to spend my Heartless Act on Innkeeper right now. I can draw cards anyway to try and keep up for a few turns. Spikefield Hazard's actually pretty nice. Means I can do this. So, Great Henge costs 9, doesn't it? So if they get a 5... Okay, there should be no way they can resolve it next turn. So I think I'm safe to tap out for 1 turn to play this Simulacrum. And I have a lot of things held up next turn. I could get punished with a Rainfall here. Because I won't be able to respond with Heartless Act. But other than that, I don't think there's a lot of ways this play can go horribly wrong for me. So, like even a Questing Beast, like I'm on 20, it doesn't hugely matter if I take 4. Yep, they don't attack. I don't mind attacking here. I'm happy to trade, or I'm happy to deal 2. I'm happy to swap 2 damage for 1 damage. I'm happy to swap my Simulacrum to kill their knight and draw a card. Those are all good outcomes for me. Haven't seen any Agonizing Remorse so far. I might not have brought it out. Varliged Recovery, okay. So that suggests to me they are trying to resolve a henge. I mean, otherwise their hand is such unimaginable garbage. Like, they've either got a henge in here and they want to be able to play this and resolve it, or their hand is such unimaginable garbage that Varliged, for a mammoth that they can't play this turn anyway, is their best line this turn. And let's just say I don't know about that. Not bad. I'm in no rush to pop this passage. It's disguising why there's hangs at end of steps. So disguising the true power of our hand, and it can continue to do so for several turns, even after I play some things out. I don't mind taking 1 here. I could have stomped it, but I'm happy to hold stomp up for a more valuable target. Pardon me. Keep pumping the barons. It's nice to have a mana sink like this. Okay, so if I activate barons this turn, I only have access to 3 mana. If I activate an attack, that doesn't seem worth it. So you can just keep doing this dance. onus is definitely on our opponent to respond here, because they're going to hit 0 long before I do at the moment. Okay. Fortunately can't kill this before they play something and get value, because it's a cast trigger. Okay, well I can, because I didn't follow it up with an adventure creature. And I can Scorching Dragonfire this. They only have access to 1 green mana at the moment, so they can only pump it to 3. And I will crack the passage at this point, just so I can use my mana, use up all of my mana to pump up the Barons again. Never-ending supply of Heartless Acts. A little bit awkward if they do get to resolve a Scavenging Ooze. And at this point I am happy, I think, to play out the Bone Crusher Giant. Speed up the clock, put a little more pressure on them. I can still play 2 Heartless Acts. Murderous Rider, yep, that's fine. Wonder how long they've been sitting on that. Just hoping I'll give them a target so they can get that value. My opponent can almost hardcast a Henge, so they got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they're like 2 lands on hardcasting Henge. No, hold it back. Hold it back. Okay, so it's about to say an extinction event for odd to continue getting through with the Simulacrum. I can Scorching Dragonfire to attack and hope to trade with the Foulmire Knight. Yeah, I think I just keep the pressure on them. Okay. Embarrassingly close to our opponent being beaten to death by a solemn Simulacrum. Like, only Simulacrum. I can get an attack in with the Bone Crusher. I haven't done any other damage to them. So this is all damage they've either dealt to themselves. Murderous Rider. Sure. Take 2 damage and I draw a card. Looks fine to me. I really need to use the bathroom. I need this game to end quickly. Yep. So I will get rid of this. Because I don't want them gaining life. Although I could just... Okay, so they haven't played the Lovestruck Beast for some reason. Maybe they're holding up another Murderous Rider. So, kill this. So, is there a world where they play this? 1, 2, 3. So that takes the Great Henge down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is. Maybe that's what their next turn is. Well, I do have the shield breaker for that, if that's what their turn is. They will kill you with a solemn simulacrum. It is your destiny. Yeah, so just hold up Heartless Act, and if they resolve their hand, I kill it next turn and then a Crow in War. Okay, they don't have Henge. That's not their plan. So they were just holding up another Murderous Rider. That's their play. Tapping very carefully. What can they do with double black though? Maybe they have another land. They just want to make sure they can play that. Okay. Sure, why not? Activate Barons again. Okay, so I could just Heartless Act and punch through. But I think what I want to do I take the Foulmire Knight? No, I think I take the Lovestruck Beast. Again, because potential cost reduction on Henge. So I could Heartless Act here and attack, but I think I'm better off just being patient. I'm decently far ahead. And I have 2 answers to the only card they can really draw that helps them start reversing the board state. Scavenging Ooze. That's unfortunate, because the only thing I have is Heartless Act. But it still dies next turn, attacking into the Lovestruck Beast when this goes off. Ten counters on that thing so far. Ooh, Ugin. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I mean, it doesn't seem worth it. I'm blowing up more of my own stuff than anything, aren't I? And I do it for 2, that'd wipe their board. If I do it for 3, it kills that and the Lovestruck Beast. I still have a Crow in the War, but I don't get any value out of it. I think I hold off. I think I hold off and see what they do. No attacks. Okay. So now I can play Ugin on my turn, tick up and kill them. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. This is a little awkward with the Heartless Acts, but you know, whatever. Ah, it gains them life. Bugger. Ugin is no longer lethal. Okay. So that being the case, I think I just block the knight so I can draw a card. Maybe that's a misplay. Maybe I should have just left this in play because this board is getting wiped by Crow and War next turn anyway, but whatever. I think it definitely was a bad decision. Don't make that decision yourselves if you're watching this at home. But, you know, I've made that decision. I've committed to it now. opponent's just trying to gain as much life as they can before their Ooze dies and deal a little extra damage to me. Makes sense. Triple shield breaker. How many murderous riders have we been through? A few, right? Okay, so I do need to start playing some stuff. I guess actually I just go for the win here. I keep forgetting I have these crawling barons. Yep, that's it. That was a fun 40-minute game. And we're into Platinum. We did it! Alright, and there we have it. That was a pretty long game. Thank you for everyone who watched the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I did enjoy playing it. And that was our last game getting out of gold. So we're up into Platinum now. And hopefully in the coming week I'll throw something new together and push on to Platinum. So looking forward to sharing that with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I hope you've enjoyed this deck. Thanks for tuning in. Stay brilliant.